Hello, friends and family. This is your good friend Brian. Just wanted to share something that's been kind of heavy on my heart recently. I decided to walk away from a project that I've been pretty heavily connected to and passionately involved with for over a year now. And it was a really difficult decision for me to make. But after much thought process and counsel with some good qualified people, I realized that it was becoming an unhealthy situation and there were some unethical things happening. And for a long time, I tried to kind of mediate and do what I could to create resolution or even stop some of the things that were happening, but it was just out of my control. And I was tired of seeing good people getting hurt or taken advantage of, even sometimes lied to or used or manipulated. So I've walked away from that, and over the last couple of weeks I've been kind of examining this situation and how it affects me, how it affects other people, and perhaps how it could have been avoided. And most importantly, I guess, how I can avoid these situations in the future. The thing that I realized is there's a bit of a pattern here. And sometimes I think that I'm a walking target, or I somehow magnetically attract a certain type of person that carries too much narcissism or ego or selfishness, because this is not the first time where this has happened, and just about the time where you might think that I'm looking for some sympathy or painting myself as a victim, I want to be the first to tell you that that's not the case at all. In fact, I take full responsibility for it, and I have been equally guilty of making these types of mistakes in the past. So what this has really stirred up with me is the whole battle between dark and light. And as cheesy as it might sound, Star Wars may have depicted it best. You know, what separates Yoda from Anakin and choosing to surf the light side versus ride the dark side, and to really choose that path. And I think that it's a very fine line, a gray area, a very subtle but huge difference that people ultimately end up making a choice. And I don't know if it's due to external circumstances or influences or our environments, or if it's internal, or maybe a mix of all, and definitely case by case with each person. For me, I think it comes down to a choice. So despite those influences or circumstances, we need to choose how we are going to conduct ourselves, and how our behavior will affect other people and the decisions that we make. I know some very blessed people that have had good circumstances and environments, and family upbringing, financial stability, yet they choose a life of sin, or to go the dark side. I know some sincere victims who have been situations of tragedy and hardship, and they have chosen to bless people with their behavior and their lifestyle and actions. My mom is living proof of someone who had some difficult times in her upbringing, yet she has consistently chosen to be a wonderful, selfless woman who arguably doesn't sin, and just gives 100% to everyone in every situation, and not just in chapters of her life, but her whole life. And my dad is a person of zero ego. He also takes his eyes off of himself and really gives to others, and contributes hard work and integrity and character through everything that he does. So I'm a person of that upbringing, that environment, and yet I was raised with those values and examples. I've struggled with narcissism. I've sinned. I've made countless mistakes. And so I've really been analyzing and thinking about this a lot. You know, for if we are products of our environment, or did I fall far from the tree, as an apple, by being different than my parents in those examples? Well, with my mom, super sorry. You don't deserve that. With my dad, in his defense, I was adopted, so definitely can't carry that. But I do think that it's a mixture of all those things. And my point of all this is, genuinely, my heart has usually been in the right place. But there's been chapters of my life where I have let the narcissism control me and win with the overall circumstances. I've failed in controlling that difference between aggressively being in the hunt for life and trying to win and be successful and succeed. And in the process, I leveraged individuals and situations, organizations, to selfishly benefit myself. And in the process, I didn't realize that I may have been hurting people or using them or even misleading. But I've had some really great mentors and friends and family that have held me accountable. And in those different times, from my brother Bob to both of my parents, got a great friend, Devin, another friend, Chance, and one of my spiritual mentor, Cindy. They've all sat me down at different times in different ways, either politely or strongly, and said, hey, knock it off. You got to change. You're being a little shit. And I listened to those people, and I may have not heard it immediately the first time, but I decided to adjust and listen and change. And for the last 15 years, I've really been working hard on trying to find that balance of pushing hard and trying to succeed and help others and include others and treat people fairly and basically to execute what's right. And I'm still struggling. I'm still making a lot of mistakes, but I appreciate those people and I appreciate these opportunities like what has happened recently, because it allows me to look at it and examine it and see how I can improve myself and handle situations and people differently. So I'd like to take this opportunity to sincerely apologize to those of you, friends and family, or current or previous colleagues or clients, or anybody that I may have been more on the dark side than the light side in decision making, or running hard. There's no excuse for it, but I do apologize, and I look forward to redeeming any relationships that might be necessary. So if you're watching this and if I've wronged you, feel free to reach out so we can so I can learn from that and make it right. We're all human, so we're going to make mistakes. We're going to hopefully learn from them and adjust forward. But some people are not in this redemptive or open spirit, and they choose to allow the narcissism or ego or personality disorder or whatever it is to dictate their behavior, and they have no intention or desire to change. And for that, I hope that we can be more selective and aware of spotting these people in these situations, because I'm proof that you can't change other people unless they really want to. So in the end, I guess it all comes down to balance, right? And as simple as it sounds, we need to instill as much integrity and character into our decisions and our habits and our behavior with our relationships and our activities. And this has been really powerful for me lately. I like this redemptive spirit. I feel like I'm healing as I'm struggling through these processes, and this isn't the first time, like I said. So obviously I haven't completely learned the lesson, but in all simple strategy, resolution, focus of this, I hope that we can all be fair and give credit due where credit is deserved, compensate people fairly for what they are deserving and what we agree to. It's sad that we have to put things in writing just to remind or to document for legality purposes, but it's super important. I believe in the philosophy that iron sharpens iron, so we need to explore and learn how we can help each other and add value to the product or services that we're providing, to the people that we're servicing, to the relationships that we're supporting, whether it's personal or professional. And worst case, big one that I learned out of this is, worst case, just ask. Ask the other person, ask your clients, ask your staff if they are getting what they need from this relationship, from this project, and ask if there's something that can be adjusted, and hear that out. And if it can, then explore that. If not, sometimes you need to run course and make executive decisions as to what is best. So this has been heavy on my heart. I don't know that this is something that I really want shared. I know that with Facebook and stuff, we, if something inspires, we want to share. This is a message from me to you. If you're on my friends list, then you're there for a reason. We've met or worked together or had a relationship, a connection and a bond. So if you really feel that this will inspire someone else or help someone else, then great. Use your discernment or maybe talk with me. But I'm not a current coach or a mentor or a qualified speaker or celebrity or anything like that. This is just a genuine, heartfelt message because it's been really on my mind and in my soul, my presence for the last a few weeks. So I love and care about you guys very much. I appreciate any opportunities to have your friendship, to do business, and I really want to see success for everyone. There's a lot of good people out there, and so have a great rest of your week. Thanks for listening to me Babylon.